Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. I think we had our last real cold night here in the Ozarks, at least where we are at for a while. Forecast looking forward, getting into the 50s. There's even a few nights here in the near future that we probably won't even get down to freezing. So these single digit stuff, we're more than happy to leave them in the past. My wife is here this morning. She's not going to get on camera. She doesn't want to. I don't have a problem if she wants to, but she's not going to. But she is sitting over here. I know you don't make me into a liar. Say something.
Hi.
See, there you go. Anyways, this weekend, this Sunday, is our local meeting. I normally don't mention it anymore, but we had taken a break over the winter. I took a month off, so I want to remind everyone again that it's this Sunday. So please attend. This year we're really going to be putting a lot of focus on the open marketplace kind of thing. If you've been coming to our meetings for a while, we've been doing that. The building, it's a pretty large building, and so all the way around the building we set up tables, and anyone that has a business that sells stuff, there's a lot of people that make things, have like some type of business where they make things like homemade soaps and various items like that. You can come and set up and sell, and we don't charge anything. We ask that you leave an appropriate donation to what we're doing to cover the costs and everything, but we're really going to put a lot of focus on that. We really think that what we're doing here is a good place to kind of create that old-fashioned open market where people come and sell and trade, and they do. People barter and trade and sell things, and then also have a meal together, friends together, and then we also have some type of class or speaker or something like that. So that will become a larger focus starting this year. So anyways, please come to that. I haven't mentioned or talked about this in a while because some people they get tired of it. They get tired of hearing about it. But the worse things get in the world, the closer and closer we get to, I know it's dramatic, but in a lot of ways it's true, annihilation, destruction, the end times, all this stuff that we're watching happen. To me, it just reinforces that having community, that having each other is more and more important. We have been hosting these meetings now monthly for 5 years. And I mean, it varies from month to month, but it's, 150 to 300 people a month come from all over the area. And it's really built that community feel within the group. So even though that may not be your next door neighbor, every month we have people tell us how they look forward to that meeting. And then they go out from there, and there have been numerous, I don't know how many, probably small groups have started because of our meetings. I can't even.
It's a lot of friends, a lot of people.
Dozen or two. I mean, I don't think it's a stretch to say 20 or more smaller groups of people have been started because of our meetings. All over the area. And it may only be one or two, a couple of families, 3 families. It may be an actual formal meeting. People come there and they find out that they're neighbors or they live very, very close to each other. And that's an aspect of preparedness that it's not just really forgotten. It's not pursued by a lot of people. The downside, the worst thing that I could point to in preparedness, I think, in the preparedness community, is this idea that you can't trust anyone, that all other people are bad, and that you have to lone wolf it. You have to just be this lone wolf out there on your own, like some Hollywood movie. You're out in the mountains, hundreds of miles from everyone, and you're going to survive. Now, I don't know if it's a psyop or what it is that has developed that thinking. I mean, I understand that part of it is because it's so difficult in a lot of places to find other like-minded people. I mean, around here where we live, it's the norm. It's not, folks like us aren't the exception. Like, we're the norm. So yes, it is different for us, but I understand a lot of you, I hear from you all the time. I've been looking for years in my area and I can't find one single person. So I get it. But what is also not the norm is to be off on your own. We were not created to be that way. We were created to be a social people, to be a family, to have a community around us. From the very beginning, that's how we were created. And so this idea that we're just going to go off on our own and survive, it's very difficult. The average person cannot do that. The average person does not have the skill level. It does not have the mental capacity. That it's just not going to work for the average person. And
especially with the family.
Yeah, especially with the family. No matter how good you are. I mean, you could be the very, very best. You could be the combat killing machine. You could be the greatest survivalist. But it doesn't take much for you to, break a leg, or, get ill, or, trip and fall. There's all kinds of just basic accidents that can happen. And then who's going to do what needs to be done? Who's taking care of your family? Community is difficult to build. Trust me. If my wife and I were to be completely honest, and we have been a lot of times when we do videos over on the Locals channel, we're very much more open over there. It's more private. It's not easy. We have gone through some serious tough times over the last 5 years developing this meeting and the community that we've built. We've gone through a lot of struggles. We've been hurt. All kinds of stuff. It's not easy. But the benefits far outweigh that. It's like marriage. Marriage isn't always easy. I don't care what you say. Marriage is not always easy. A lot of times you could sit there and work it out in your head. I'd probably be better off just on my own. But that's not how we're meant to be. We are created to be together, man and wife. And there are times that man and wife don't want to get along. There are times that husband and wife are butting heads. You love each other, but there are difficult times. And any of you that are married, I'm sure, will admit to that. Community's the same way, even more so. You've got multiple people coming together. It's not easy, but it is, I believe, a necessary thing. And it's necessary because it's families. If you have children, you need to have other people with other children. You need to have other people to help. And as difficult as it is to have others and to work together with others and to make compromises and to get along and all that kind of stuff, and trust me, my wife and I have gone through all the ups and downs of that. In the end, when you find that group, that group of community, that family, it's so much better than just being on your own. And I know that that's difficult. I know it's difficult for folks, and I'm very sympathetic, because understanding where we were before we started this and what it's taken for us to get to the point to where we, have a successful group of people here locally, and then there's that greater group of people that come to the meeting, and some of those people may live.
A lot of it, I think, is because people have. I'm talking quietly. So
that's all right. You can talk loudly.
No, repeat it.
No, they can hear you.
That we don't, like, culturally, and the PSYOP stuff that you were just talking about, it's become acceptable and even encouraged that people live alone.
Yes, I do. I think there is
like single moms are supposed to be able to do it all.
Right,
everything.
Right.
You're an island, and
right.
It's not.
It's kind of like what
we don't know how to live together.
Right. It's like what we went through, what everyone experienced during COVID. They did not want you to be together. They wanted you to be completely separate, isolated from your family, from your friends, from your neighbors. And I do believe that, and it's been going on a long time, that there is this effort to break families apart, single moms,
Communities.
communities apart. We can't get along, black versus white, man versus woman. No one can get along
But
anymore.
also like the disposable aspects. I don't get along with you, so we're not friends and we can't talk anymore instead of working through things.
Right. Yeah. There's no, we've lost the ability, it seems like, to get along, to work things out. And looking at what is happening, honestly, even just in the last few days, and if you haven't watched any of my videos in the last few days, go back and watch them. Looking at the things that are happening, in my opinion, those scenarios, not necessarily, nuclear war where it's all annihilated, that also, but even more so with the stuff that's happening right now, this rapid expansion towards this technocracy and transhumanism and all that kind of stuff. Having community, to me, is even more important. A group of people that you can lean on, a group of people that you can come together, that we can figure out a way to live outside of this system, I think is even more important. And I know that this video today, I'm going to get lots of people that say, oh, this sounds like a great idea, but it's just not going to work for me. I can't find anyone. I don't trust anyone. You can't trust anyone. I see the comments all the time. I've heard every excuse. I get it. I'll be honest with you. With me, my wife can certainly back this up. I'm not the kind of person to easily give my trust to anyone. It doesn't happen. It's an extremely short list of the people that I trust. And it takes quite a bit to get to that point. I don't easily just trust people. And so I get it. I get it saying, you can't trust anyone.
But then there's layers.
Yes. And
do you have to completely trust somebody to work with them?
Right. That's true. I'm not a people person. Just because I get on here and I talk into a camera every day does not mean that I'm a people person. I'm very, I have a lot of antisocial tendencies. I'm very much an introvert. In a lot of ways.
Like asocial.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to be around people.
Right. I would be just happy to not be around people. So I'm not this social butterfly. Yeah, exactly. You stick me in a cabin in the mountain, I could be very content there. But I have a family, and I understand that other people, other families, they need that. And so I put that above my own personalities and desires, and my family need it, so I put that above that. So it's, don't think that I'm the kind of person that just gets into this. I struggle with it at times. I struggle with the social aspect of it because
you're a good speaker.
Well, but the point is,
I just mean
we're not talking about that.
I know that you can handle crowds and you get along.
Yeah, I can handle it. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I just may not like it. The point that I'm making though is that I'm not doing this because I necessarily crave community. I'm doing this because I know that it's important, and that's how you folks need to be. You may not be that social butterfly. You may not easily trust people. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can still build relationships with people around you and find them. And you know what? As much as it sucks, if you say, listen, I have exerted every bit of effort that I can, there is absolutely no one around me that's like that. If that's the case, that's a pretty good indicator that you probably should move. Because think of it this way. When it does all start falling apart and the doo-doos hit the fan, if the only people around you are not preparedness and community and conservative and biblical minded, then do you really want to live there? Is that really what you want to be surrounding yourselves with while you're trying to survive? Are people that completely think the opposite of you? Because like where we live, even though all the people that live in our area aren't part of our group or anything, we know that the vast majority of the people that live around here think fairly similarly. They're kind of that preparedness mindset, that self-sufficient mindset, and Bible-based. They may not believe exactly like us, but they're it's not like there's a bunch of pagan heathens running around all over the place. So if you're saying that you can't build a community or you can't find a tribe because no one around you is like you, that everyone around you are a bunch of big city into their phone, liberal, all this, then you probably don't want to live there anyways. And so you need to find a place to live. You know, maybe with all this stuff that Trump is doing, he says he wants to bring down the interest rates and all that kind of stuff. There may be this boom of a time period that it is a good time to sell your place and to buy another place. We made a decision years ago that the sacrifices of living out like this, and the sacrifices of living away from conveniences and all that kind of stuff, paled in comparison of the necessity and the desire and the importance of getting our children away from the cities of wickedness, away from all the stuff, to getting ourselves to a place that, you know, we were safer, that we could be self-sufficient, that we could be around people that were like us. And even though it's a harder life, even though we gave up things, even though, you know, you can't go order a pizza whenever you want it and have it delivered because it doesn't exist out here. You can't run to the store whenever you want. You can't, you know, there's all these things that you just can't go, you know, we were just talking yesterday, you know, we're gonna go on a little dinner date. Well, out here, you have to travel a bit to go find a place that you can go on a dinner date because it's not around. There's a lot of conveniences that you give up, but the benefits, in our opinion, far outweigh it. And finding other people that are like us and building that and putting a lot of effort, because it's not easy. When things fall apart, we and the people around us will be way more prepared for it, and we will be the ability for us to survive what's coming will be much greater. And I'm not saying all this stuff to brag. I'm saying this stuff to push you folks. And I used to harp on this a lot, and I kind of backed away for a while because so many people were just, why do you talk about this all the time? To be very blunt, and this is blunt, the amount of people out there, and probably a lot are watching this video right now, that think that what I'm saying is ridiculous and that you're going to be just fine on your own, being a lone wolf out there, they're not going to make it. There's a lot of people. You may be sitting on thousands of rounds of ammo. You may have stockpiles of guns, and you have all kinds of cool high-speed gear, and you're going to be fine just on your own, and you don't need anyone. A lot of those people won't make it. Not going to make it, because it takes a very special person that is extremely good at a lot of things to survive on your own. It just does. And everyone else needs to be working towards finding other people. And maybe with Donald Trump taking office, it may give us a little window of opportunity to do that with a little bit less pressure. I'm not saying that's true. In fact, in a lot of ways, I kind of feel it's the opposite. But there's still time. There's still time. There's still time to get out away from the cities. There's still time to get towards community. There's still time to build it. There's still time to build your tribe. There's still time to find one and be part of it. Because with the things that are happening, open the Bible, read it. You want to know where we're headed? That's where we're headed. Okay? Having other people that around you that you think alike, that you believe similar, that you can trust each other, that you can work together, that you can survive together, is going to be a very important thing. Folks, it's time to get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.